Hey guys, Nintendo Fanboy for the win here, and today I have some great news for you guys, which is that Nintendo has recently leaked slash just kind of announced on one of their press conferences a brand new system that they're coming out with. We don't know when it's coming out or anything, and the release of new mobile games from Nintendo. So they tried to stress in the live stream that they're not changing. This is just going to be a side kind of thing. But they're going to be releasing mobile games soon for, I think it's iOS and Android. It might just be iOS or Android, I don't know. But they're going to be partnering with a studio called DENA. It's apparently a Japanese mobile company, and hopefully this will be coming out worldwide, because sometimes, you know, it's a Japanese mobile company. It might only be coming out in Japan, that kind of thing. But I think it is coming out worldwide, and they stressed that they're not just going to be doing ports. They might not even do any ports of their old games. They're going to be doing brand new games, which is pretty interesting and pretty cool at the same time. Now, I have a few problems with this, which is that they just started to do new... They kind of dipped their feet into the waters of free-to-play games with the release of Pokemon Shuffle, which I'm also doing a Let's Play on. So you can check that out if you want to see what the game's all about. But they just pretty much put out that game, probably to get feel for how popular that kind of thing would be. And the only problem I have with this is games like Pokemon Shuffle, if they're gonna do free-to-play games, I wouldn't like that as much as a pay game. And my problem with Nintendo with pay games nowadays is even their ports on Wii U. I wanted to get tons of their ports because they ports, you know, they're great games and I can bring them on the road if I bring my Wii U kind of thing. Some of their ports are like $7 and $8 for an SNES game. And granted, some of them are good NES games, like, let's say, Earthbound, which you can't find for less than like $50 for the SNES. But the point is, $8 for an SNES game that they released, you know, like 20 years ago. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. So my concerns with this is, how good are the games actually going to be? And also, how much will they cost? Because if they're free-to-play games, they're most likely going to be pay-to-play garbage. Like, Pokemon Shuffle is on the verge of being that kind of, you know, like, I don't want to play it kind of thing, just because of the pay-to-play aspect. But I'm very interested in what Nintendo will come up with. They said that they're not holding back with this, so there's most likely going to be things like Mario and Zelda and all that kind of stuff that is obviously like integrated with iOS, and touchscreens and all that kind of stuff. So it is an interesting concept. I just don't know how far they can really push on another platform, because they have their stuff is very integrated with their things, and new journeys with Zelda and Mario kind of. I don't know what they're going to come up with, so we'll have to see on that. Now, the other big news was that they came out and said that they're coming out with a new console called the Nintendo NX. Now, this is most likely a code name, just like the Wii was the Revolution and the GameCube was the Dolphin. They're coming out with a new console called the NX, which is most likely a code name. We actually don't really know if it's going to be a handheld or a standalone console like the Wii U. Me personally, I'm hoping that it's a brand new console like the Wii U, but I have a few problems with that. Now, one is the Wii U is actually starting to get pretty old. Now, it's 2015 when I'm making this video, which means that at the end of, around November of this year, is going to be the 3rd anniversary of the Wii U. So it's not, by any stretch of the imagination, new. So that means Nintendo usually releases a new console every 5 to 6 years. So they've done that since like the SNES. So my point about this is, it could be a new console because they basically just leaked it and talked like, you know, a minute about it. It's not like they're showing it off and, you know, press releases about everything. But my point about that is that I'm not sure if it's going to be a console like the Wii U or the 3DS. Now, me personally, like I said, I would really much rather it be a brand new console that is going to replace the Wii U. Now, a couple reasons why it shouldn't be that is because people just basically burned a lot of money on the Wii U this Christmas for things like Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and stuff, even though this console is going to be coming out soon. Now, granted, like I said, this is probably going to come out in a few years, maybe 2-3 years down the road, if anything. So that's that's kind of where I stand on that. Now, if it is a new 3DS, the same thing is kind of, it's a new version of the 3DS, not a new 3DS, but a successor to the 3DS. Then there's also another problem, which is that people just burn their money on a new 3DS. So I kind of feel like Nintendo, dropped the ball a little here, and it's not, I don't think they should have released anything about this right now, just because, the new 3DS just released like a month ago, and now people are buying the Wii U still for Smash Bros. Now, obviously, Wii U is not sold amazing, and, that's why I think it's a new console, really. But, I mean, I just personally would have liked Nintendo to hold off on this information. To me, you don't really need to do this kind of stuff. I like that they're going to mobile in certain cases, unless they're like garbage port. Obviously, it's not going to be a garbage port because they said they are not doing ports, but it might be some garbage new game. I don't know. I've tried a couple of the Sonic games from Sega, and I don't know. They're either mediocre or just about okay to me. So I'm not really sure where Nintendo is going to come in on this. Hopefully they do something good. They've been listening to their fan base a lot more, and it's a lot better than that. But my last point is just, again, on the NX console, which is going to be that Nintendo recently has made a bunch of bad decisions with consoles lately. Portable-wise, they're making amazing decisions with 3DS, like releasing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Majora's Mask. New 3DS is decent, kind of, I guess, but yeah, like I said, console-wise, they haven't really been doing much, and they've been making a lot of bad decisions. Calling the Wii U the Wii U is probably the only reason, or probably the only thing really holding the Wii U back, is it has the stigma of being a Wii, which no one wants. So that's probably why they're going with the NX. NX is kind of, it sounds like it's next. So hopefully we'll have to see what is going on with this. It was basically just talked about very briefly, saying that it is a new console. They also talked about some type of, probably like a loyalty program like Club Nintendo that's going to be coming out soon. No real details on that as of yet. But my last part about the NX console is a couple of problems with certain things, like, will it have backwards compatibility? Will it work with this? Will it have better Wi-Fi? Will it have better system? Because certain parts of, like, the Nintendo ID and Nintendo Network are just so terrible. They're like early Xbox Live and PSN type of functionality. You can't even change your, Nintendo ID. There's certain bad things about that, as well as the fact that these great games like, Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and Mario Kart 8, Super Mario 3D World, NES Remix, not so much on NES Remix, but all these games just released for the Wii U this last year. So this is kind of why I'm saying, why would Nintendo say this stuff now? Just because it's, all these people just burn that much money, probably like $300 to $400 at least, on, just peripherals, the system itself, and these new games, and now they're talking about a new console. So hopefully Nintendo is not heading down the same road as Sega did back in the 90s, where they were just console after console, accessory after accessory that they just did not support at all. But I'm glad to see that Nintendo is finally moving away from the Wii platform, hopefully, and they didn't really say what the NX is yet, so it could just be some sort of peripheral that is like part of the Wii U. It said it's a dedicated console, but that could be something like an add-on extension kind of thing. Now we still don't know, like I said, but I'm really hoping that Nintendo does not screw this up. I mean, personally, my thought on it is I wish that Nintendo would just release their games on other platforms. Maybe not Xbox and PSN, maybe on there, but definitely somewhere on like PC, like Steam. Like, that would just be amazing, having, all these games in HD, like true HD, maybe even 4K. That's what I would hope that they would do, but I mean, we'll have to see on that kind of stuff. So anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like. Put in the comments down below, what do you want to see from the NX? I'm just really hoping that they're not going to screw this up, and they did talk about there being like an interesting way to play or something weird where it was just like, are you kidding me? We're not. I don't want it. Like, I honestly, I don't want another Wii. I'm tired of motion controls. It's so 2006. I mean, I just can't. I just hope they do nice controller and no gamepad, because just, oh my god. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and like I said, put in the comments down below, what do you guys want to hear about the NX? So what kind of specs do you want it to be? Way more powerful? I'm hoping it's way more powerful. And what are you guys hoping for from Nintendo on mobile platforms? Put in the comments down below. But anyway, guys, like I said, please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.